Revenue 7 and welcome back to Rule the Waves 3 as we continue our nautical adventures with Spain. And we head into the middle of 1925 and the world has been at peace for a number of years now. We're of course 5 years into the naval treaty, which is really shaping our fleet and our fleet constraints. And of course in the last episode we did turn a timer upon ourselves. We laid down 2 brand new CVLs. The Flamenco class. I did rename them slightly, so we've now got the Comon and the Enano, which is the greater and lesser flamenco, because it's 2 species of the bird. And they are due to roll off the docks in about 20 months. And we do not have the capacity within our treaty limits for these ships by a long way. So the plan really is to try and find a war within the next 2.5 years, such that we can then utilise our ships. And we're also in danger of getting our budget taken off us at some point because we're not spending it quickly enough. So we'll maybe have to look to things we might want to increase as well. Probably will very increase the number of airplanes we've got buzzing around. It would be a good way of spending the money. I'm also going to go and stick everybody on high spying. One, because it might prompt a little bit more conflict in a few areas. Not that I have any desire to go to war with the entire world. But also it could help us on the tech front as well, because I believe we're still probably behind for that. That's not where I want to go. Almanac. We're still considered backward for our technicals, which is not great. So hopefully we can steal a few techs and get a bit of a leg up upon our fellow countries. Good. So we're very, very slightly positive. I'll leave that there. Once we get to maybe 70, 80 million, and we have to look at spending some more. Because I think once you reach half the budget, which would be about 95, that's when you're at risk of having it taken off you. At least that seems to be the case in my own experience. These are new light cruisers have finished working up. Beautiful. That's not what we want to see. Austro-Hungary and Germany have signed an alliance. Right, which means that I don't really want to go to war with Austria-Hungary anymore. I was considering a quick war with Austria-Hungary to flex muscles, get some more reps, and end the treaty would be pretty pleasant. Not so much with Germany on the case, just driven by their ability to blockade us pretty much instantly. We do obviously agree with Japan, but I'm not sure they're going to help out much. Okay, there's been internal upheaval in Eritrea. This was a one-time Italian colony which rebelled. There's a chance that we could take it over as a colony, but it will increase international tensions. Oh. And I'm hesitant here for 2 reasons. So ordinarily I'd be all for these. Just, give me land, let's paint the map. 2 reasons I'm a little hesitant. One is that we have nothing else in the Indian Ocean for just now, and so we'd have to divert some ships for dedicated foreign stations out there. It will not increase our treaty limits, and we're already quite squeezed, so we'd probably have to split up more of our forces. Not the end of the world, but certainly a consideration. The other one is, depending on how much people get annoyed by it, we could be pushed into war with Austria-Hungary and Italy. Now, on their own, that would have been fine. But given that it would be now Austria-Hungary, Italy, and Germany, that feels a little bit much to bite off. So as much as I would like war, I'm tempted to say, I'm going to have to say no. Oh, that's upsetting. Okay, let's do that. Britain's taking it. Fine. No problem, Britain. I'm not planning on scrapping with you. We have better 12-inch guns. Okay, that's interesting. And superimposed beam mounts on light cruisers. Very good. Now, do we have in our ships in service anyone rocking 12 inches? 10s, 14s, 11s. No, we don't. Okay. Not much for me to do with that. Then, I'm now also conscious that I might turn off the spying in Austria-Hungary now they're allied with Germany, and maybe try and just lean into a potential war with Italy. Let's ride that wave. As ever, I would much rather go to war with China, because I think that would be useful. I even consider one with France. They are certainly a lot bigger than us, but maybe not disastrously so. A new government wants to reduce naval spending in favour of social programs. Now, we have no unrest, so social programs aren't going to help that. We can lose some budget. We can lose some budget and some tension. No, I'm already pushed tension up a little bit. So it depends where it goes. We're still in a technology sharing agreement with Austria-Hungary. So advances in torpedo tech. That's nice to see. Oh, that's right. And we got some medium bombers. Beautiful. Okay, what do we want from medium bombers? Well, we want them to go pretty far, and we want them to carry big bombs. So these gentlemen carry the same size bombs, and this top one, it goes slightly further, and is slightly more maneuverable. It doesn't have quite much firepower, but it shouldn't really be fighting anything, so I think we have a winner right here. Once that has been fully developed, we'll have to go around and stock up our naval bases with a few of those. And speaking of, let's have a quick gander of our naval bases. I sort by aircraft size here. No, that'll be far too easy. Right, what have we got? Air capacity, that's really what we want. Yeah, okay, fine. So we've got one in Palma, one in Calgary and Olbia. Okay, that's fine. And we've got 2 out in Southeast Asia, 1 in the Caribbean, 2 in the Caribbean. Yeah, we're not going particularly heavy in the air space side of things, which is fine. I'm tempted perhaps to expand a few more of these places, and even if we don't actually put planes in them, it gives us an option, like permanently stationed planes in it. It gives an option to move planes around if we're focused in a few different areas. Kind of like that idea. It also spends a little bit of money, which we've got kind of lying around, not being super helpful for us right now. Out in this direction. Have we built any plane bases here? Plane bases. Perhaps not. Let's build a forward base in wherever this place is called. Are you the I don't know what you're called. Cancel. Give me your name. You are Bougainville. Of course you are. How could you be anything else? So let's build ourselves an airship base. No, let's just go for an airbase in Bougainville. Apparently you have 2 options. I don't think it makes 2 differences. Let's go in Shortland. Beautiful. I also probably want to stick a couple of 6-inch ghost batteries in here, just in case there's any shenanigans in terms of takeovers if we do end up with war with Germany or Britain. Let's just throw those in. Not that we like to hold it, but that'll do. Okay, we've got 2 air bases up there. No one owns these, so air bases in the south, probably not that useful right now. I think that's fine. I don't believe we can expand them either. Let's have a quick double check of that. Just the airship base. Which is fun as airships are. I don't think we're going to be doing that. Okie dokie. Again, I don't really feel the need to build bases along here. We've got the kind of 3 important ones, I think. Tell you what we should do actually is build one up in the north of Spain and purely for ASW work. That would be a sensible idea, so we can some kind of naval patrol ships out there. Let's go in northwestern Spain and let's have it based out of, well, Ferrol seems to make a lot of sense. So let's build ourselves up there. Beautiful. And then over in Le Caribbean, we've already got them in, yeah, 1 apiece, Guantanamo Bay and Puerto Rico, and that's probably fine. Okay, so it's a very small element of expansion. And that's, yeah, I just pushed in thread ever so slightly, which is probably where we want to be. So let's keep going. Wait, what? So last episode, when we were sitting over the kind of danger line, as it were, nothing. No danger, not a problem. Now we're not even there. What are we sitting on? I can't tell. But apparently we've declared war. Spain and Italy are now at a state of war. Wow. Okay, this changes everything. Right, for a start, let's stop spying on Germany. Yeah, do you know what? Let's turn off all the local people. I'll keep spying on the US. Hopefully they shouldn't join the war. Again, I just want to steal some tech and spy on China. We're not going to get much useful out of it. But it doesn't cost a lot, so do you know what? We'll just keep it. Okay. Things we want to do. Right, we're building ships. Ships under construction. You guys. All of you, resume. Resume construction. Excellent. There's two other things I want to do. One is I want to build a bunch of foreign station corvettes to alleviate the concerns in the Caribbean, the Baltic, and Southeast Asia? Yeah, probably. Just so we've got a little bit more flexibility. Which, if I remember, is 4 for the Baltic, 3 for the Caribbean, and 3 for Southeast Asia. So it's 10. And I believe we already designed them last time. In fact, there are 2 of them. So let's get these Marolos. 10 of them laid down. Off we go. Year and a half. Oof. Okay, dokie. So our colonial fleets are going to be out colonializing stuff for a while. But that's okay. And other things we want to do, yes. 2 things. I want destroyers. I want some big ships. So let's go straight into design ourselves some new destroyers and lay down maybe just half a dozen or so of these. I probably want a full dozen, but we'll see what we can get away with. I can't remember what our maximum displacement allowance for destroyer is right now. But 1500 seems quite nice. Not so worried about the 5-inch guns. Oh, 5-inch guns are okay, actually. More concerned about the torpedoes. Oh, we have 4 tubes. Okay, that's quite nice. I'd love it if we could squeeze in an extra one somewhere, and I probably would be willing to give up a pop gun for it. Aft super forward so let's get rid of, say, the aft superimpose, which is only 21 tons plus its ammo. Oop. And attempted to throw on another turret somewhere towards the rear. I don't know, how does Q look at? That looks passable. Obviously these things are quite heavy, 11 tons over. I'd like to try and make that work. Do I need to be SW focused? Potentially not. We could just drop the DC storage. It doesn't add huge amounts to your SW value. Theoretically, we're going to have a bunch of corvettes focused on that, if I remember correctly from what I planned for our what should we call it? Trade protection corvettes, which should be out next month. So let's drop that for just now. I mean, we may put it back if need be, but I think we'll be better without it. It seems fine. And we'll maybe eventually switch these out for DP if they happen to be alive that long. I don't think 1-inch armor on top of a turret really helps, so let's just get rid of that. And our speed, that's usually the thing you want to care about. 33, the focus on speed. It's the wrong way. 33, yeah, we're not going to get the 34th knot. That's okay. I think 33 is still a reasonable turn of pace, faster than anything else we've built. I mean, I could put that turret back, to be perfectly honest, although it's probably going to need to be penalised for a number of centerline turrets. I'm assuming we don't have double turrets. If I increase number of guns and check this, okay, deal with that. Yeah, no double turret mounts. That's fine. Didn't think we did. But always worth checking, because you never know. You don't like the number of light AA positions we have. To be honest, do I need light AA? I'd rather... it's fine. It's not doing anything else right now. I'd rather obviously have kind of heavy and stuff, so it more assists with other vessels rather than protects itself. And maybe we just throw on like a couple of... I don't know, can we get 2 4 inches on here? Oh, just 2, please. No, we can't. Get 2 3 inches. Alright, we'll stick on a pair of 3-inch guns, because we can. Maybe zoom in a little bit, thank you. Okay, 12 torpedoes. we've got 3 5-inch guns, which is okay. That's probably maybe perhaps more we need, but at least we'll be able to stand up a little bit. We've got aft, we've got forward superimposed. I suppose we need to give them some more rounds for when they are shooting at planes and things. Oh, my controls all over the place. Okay, done. I like them. Sure, I'll take these down because we added some more guns. Not a problem. We've got 10 tons remaining. That's okay because I think we'll probably heavier when you go DP. I don't actually know. I'd just assume they're heavier because most things are. Okay, save and finish. Done. I hit the cancel there, didn't I? Done. Beautiful. Go for it. The other thing we'd like to do is design ourselves a new battleship. And probably want to try and get 2 of these out. And they are going to be pretty big, pretty chunky. We may not be able to afford 2 of them. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, 4 million a month. Oof. Expensive. We may have to wait until, especially if we're about to roll a fresh batch of destroyers, we may need to wait until they're a bit done before we can afford the ships. Okay, alright, do you know what? Change of plans. I really want some new heavy ships. We are going to roll into them as soon as we can, but let's get these forces out first that are going to be more imminent for our survival. Now, the biggest problem we now have is that we need to put a bunch of ships onto trade protection. Okay, actually, we can put all these guys onto trade protection, can't we? And who else is not at home? You are not at home. Trade protection. Now, I suppose this is where the advantage of having more smaller ships, because obviously they count more towards trade protection, or they count as more options towards trade protection. You guys all in. Oh, I forgot about you in North and East Asia, just hanging about doing not very much. Come home. Come to the Med, please. And everyone, let's do by location. Everyone in Northern Europe, please come down to the Mediterranean as well. We'll have to look at where we stand in terms of blockade and whether we want to do some raiding or not. I think we had a long time ago talked about trying to lean heavily into armed merchant cruiser vessels, just because I'd not done it before. But I don't think we're going to be in a position for that for this war. We're still 4 vessels short, so I'm going to have to give up 4 destroyers onto trade protection, only for a month though, so that's not a problem. Okay, 15 of 15. Everybody's happy. Plane on ASW. Planes. Air groups. Well, I'll tell you what, if I just click to the mobilize button. All air bases are active. Beautiful. What have we got in the Mediterranean? We've actually got a fair bit of space, but what we can do is I could just grab groups from overseas and bring them home. So, like you guys. Well, I'll keep what you call it, naval patrol, and let's transfer you to. I know you guys can go to Calgary. You're in. I don't know exactly where these places are. I'll tell you what. All I need to care about is the 3 in the Med. Because Italy has no holdings anywhere else in the world. No, they do not. My 3 in the Med are Calgary, Olbia, and Palma. Everything else, not important. Okay, so let's move you to Olbia, and let's move you Palma. Doesn't seem to take. Okay, so what have we got here now? Have they arrived? You've got, yeah, no fighters, which is fine, I think. Albia has some fighters, but I'm not sure if that's useful. Let's I'll give you maybe 10 fighters because you're definitely more in the thick of it. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just put you on to 9. That's okay. And then Cagliari doesn't have any fighters. Do I want some? I think it might be. It's the only place I'm really concerned with. You might have close enough fighting that they could potentially try and hit the base, or if they've got medium bombers, they might try and hit the base. Although, I mean, realistically, I'm not sure how. I know fighters will be okay against medium bombers. They're not too kind of heavy and large for them to really make an effort just yet, or really affect them just yet. Not that any of this figures in game. Just trying to think in reality, where obviously once you get kind of strat bomber size planes, then you can have difficulty with fighters being able to do enough damage. So you got to lean into more heavy fighter types affair. But I'm getting wildly off course, and it is only 1925 as well. So where does that leave me? That leaves me saying I'm going to bring a sort of fighters here. So let's, how many have I got? 5. So let's bring you down to a 9. Let's bring you all down to a 9 actually. And then that should leave room for 8 fighters, which seems fine and dandy. Add an air unit of fighters, 8. Done. Cool. You guys are rocking and rolling. And then we've still got, we've got some spare torpedo bombers in Lingayen, Apari, so that's out. And then we've got our naval air patrol, which I'm happy to keep patrolling. Beautiful. Okay. Is there anything else we need to do before we head to war? I don't think there is. I'm really looking forward to getting our flight in action. Quick squiz of Almanac before we advance. That's not where I want to go. I'm just too excited. I'm clicking buttons. What have you got, Italy? You have 1 battleship. Okay. You do have 5 battle cruisers. That's going to be our main focus of things we want to sink. You have no air. You have no air. 5 heavy cruisers and 7 light. So my concern with them having 0 air is just the battle generator and what fights you can start. Now I've not been through this in Rule of Waves 3, where you have carriers and CVLs and the opponent doesn't. But you can find you start a lot closer in when they don't have air assets. On Rule of Waves 2, if you both the CVs or CVLs, you could start far apart and have essentially a carrier fight. So the setup, and obviously you go from there. Whereas once they had no carriers, you tend to find your setup more for a battleship or a cruiser engagement, and therefore you started a lot closer in, which was obviously a bigger risk to your air fleet, and also you didn't get to use the advantage of range quite so much. I don't know how Rule of Waves 3 deals with this, but I suspect, well, I guess we're going to find out. Okie dokie. Have at them. So I think a quick war is probably one here. There's no territory we need. So I'll be fairly middle of a line with peace, just for view, once we've got a reasonable VP, that is, just so we can get some war reps and call it a day. Okay, kicking things off with a cruiser action. Let's see what we get. Land-based air, attack enemy ships, please. And we are, of course, in a perfect place for air cover. Although range is probably not great at the minute. Air ranges. Oh, I stand corrected. I stand corrected indeed. Okay, what have we got to play with? We've got just our old, or everything's old at this stage. Heavy, that is. So Andalusia and the Asturias. Theirs will also be old. Heading in this direction, which is interesting. Does mean the Italians have got to go through our air cover to get home. Interesting, the 2 ranges actually. So I guess these are I've got 2 variants of a torpedo bomber on the go. Cool. Yeah, no planes for us to play around with, unfortunately. And we've got 3 of our new light cruisers as well. Okay. I think we just. Oh my, can we control it? Oh well, we just keep going. We need to do air scouting. Unknown ship sighted. Oh boy, this is close. Okay. Time of day, please. Okay, we've got 6 hours of light. That's more than enough time for flights from our air bases. Weather is overcast. That's going to make life difficult for them. Now, I can't say for certainty, but this may end up being the first global use, offensive use of aircraft against a ship. Because I don't think they were a thing before the naval treaty was implemented. We could be making history here. Okay, we found them, so we want to go scout. Let's go, yeah, it's independence, fine. Let's go line ahead, if you please. What's your max speed? Is 27. Let's bring it up to 25. What your guys' max speed? 25. Let's bring it down to just 22 while we suss out our new friends here. Okay. Let's run her for a little bit. She's heading south. I think we'll turn to match. Claiming to be a battleship. Turns out to be a light cruiser. Fair enough. I suspect there is some battle cruisers nearby. If they have any sense, they'll kind of shoot this gap north, away from our air cover. But the AI doesn't necessarily think like that. Let's cut left, cut west with our battle cruisers as well. Okay, it looks like they're heavier ships now. Bring you guys up this way. San Marco. Ah, you're familiar to us. Still on the go. Good to see it. Let's bring our heavier guns to bear as well. Looks like we've got the weight advantage here at the minute, although we'll see what else emerges from the fog. Okay, but Asturias and Andalusia should be getting their guns sighted now. We've got the Harrow and her friends. I'm going to bring you down just to 23 knots so the rest of your fleet can kind of catch up. And we'll look to maybe... Oh, it's not a San Marco. It's a Conte de Cavour. So, tell me, what are you? 9 12-inch guns with a secondary of 18.6 inches. That's quite a lot of secondaries. Rocking 9.5 inches of belt. A speed of 26 knots. We are rocking 6 14s. She'd what, 9 12s? Right barreled, although we're throwing heavier shells. We have 8 inches belt, so she is 9.5. We travel at 25 knots, she travels at 26. Our secondaries are only 8. Wow, she's many more secondaries. So I think we're fair to say we are up against a better vessel. However, there is only one of her, and we have some friends on the way. I am probably willing to play the range game a little bit here, because I think that's where our advantage lies. And I'm also willing to kind of track back. Although I was saying we're out-barreled, we have 2 ships, Reckon. Come on. So we have 12 barrels of 14 inches versus 9 of her 12s. 9 barrels of her 12-inch. Okay. So I just want to keep her interested. There's more and more things coming out of the fog, though. Oh, looks like first blood there. A secondary battery hit on the Andalusia. I probably do want to keep her a little bit at range because she does have a lot of secondaries. At least until we maybe land a hit or 2. Okay, she's a long way to go before she's out of range from our Cagliari base. Have you launched any actual... Oh, they're my airships. Big circles, airships. Small circles are recon plane. Doesn't look like you've launched any actual offensive strikes yet. Be nice to get a bit of an early victory. We're doing what we can with our light cruisers to try and kind of shepherd them. If we can kind of cut in front, that'd be good. But it looks like they're running west. Which again, they are running into trouble, so it's not the end of the world if you do run that way. Okay. We need to ratchet up our speed. Let's go up to... No. Yeah, we'll go max -2. We'll head due west. We're starting to do a little bit of chasing. Definitely have us for pace. Our light cruisers can keep up and run with them, but also we want to watch what we're against. Let's keep in touch. Yeah, the recon should hopefully spot them. Yeah, some recon reports now, just in case you were confused. Oh, hello. Okay, this is promising. If you're going to come straight at me, we'll hold our line. Hopefully open our gunnery, land a few hits, perhaps. Keep you in range of our flights, of our planes. Appear to have lost the ability to speak this evening. Should be a reasonable angle where all of our guns are trained. Oh, we've got a hit. Excellent. Now let's have a quick look at our ranges and things to see what our damage can be doing. Where am I? Gun caliber, 14-inch quality 0. Let's find our range first. So we're currently at 16,900 yards. So let's call it 1,700 because the number's easier. We can punch our way through, yeah, all the belt and all the deck that he has. So 10.8 inches of belt or 2.2 inches of deck, which is more than our friend has. So we should be penetrating at this range. Beautiful. That's what we want to see. Especially considering his 12s may not be having the same fun at that kind of range. Depends what how big the drop off is between calibers. Another hit there from our 14 inches. Beautiful. Let's just keep the line. If the guns have got their range and I've got them trained, let's not upset them. Oh, hello. If you're going to do a mad dash north, I will happily fill the water with torpedoes. He says confidently, you have 6 torpedoes. In what? I can't remember what the design is. I think it's 2 tubes of 3. Yeah, swivel mount, 3 tubes, 3 torpedoes each side. I'm just going to hold the line here. It's a little bit dangerous for my ships. You guys need to turn towards. Let's go a due west so we can try and keep our guns trained. Yeah, light cruisers starting to take a bit of scuffing. We've got first launch there. Looks like to be from the Rioja. I'm going to do a quick turn due south to hopefully give the rest of the vessels a better line. The Lagorno has now launched. Arrow, have you launched? No, you haven't. Oh, that one looked close, but no cigar. We are peppering him with our 6-inch guns, so 4 6-inch hits. Won't do much more than annoy it. That's another good launch there from Calahoro. And now I think we'll break away down to the southwest. Oh, that looks very good actually. We've got, again, peppering them with our 6-inch guns here. That's another 6 hits from a variety of our light cruisers. And this looks very exciting. Go on. Good job, light cruisers. Excellent. Excellent work. And if I notice correctly, you've got 2 turrets out of action. So you're down to only 3. Oh, this is a bit dangerous. 6-inch guns. 12-inch guns. Beautiful. So I want to get our battle cruisers a little bit closer now. Just watching out for these light forces, which I maybe let our light cruisers in amongst it. Scooch. But yeah, he's now a wounded animal. Now we could, our obviously fresh torpedoes are all on this side, so we could try and swing around for another attack at some point, but I think maybe we want to do a little bit of damage to these screening forces that they have present, mostly without taking a torpedo ourselves. Although if you keep coming south, I could definitely scoot round and head north again. Okay. We will see if that's the opportunity presented to us. And yeah, okay, he's turning north. I don't want to get into a stern chase. That's not generally a pleasant experience for a light cruiser against a battle cruiser. Four torpedo bombers from the... What is that? Costruzioni Aeronauticas. I put an Italian accent for that. That's not how I should have done it. Anyway. Oh, that's not even an interesting message. The return on Fib Central. I just saw a naval strike and thought it was going to be an interesting assault. This is at extreme range. Anyone else been launched on strike? Here, these guys are on a naval strike. Whether they make it or not, I don't know. It's fairly sensible for them to be kind of playing around at the extremities of our aviation range. I say, oh, you launched some torpedoes. No, don't do that. Hold, these are not the target of your torpedoes, my friend. That's missiles. Okay, how are you guys doing? You're okay. You're a little bit close to these destroyers. I'm going to have to do a bit of a... Oh, you're very close. Turn. That is some fantastic screening from their destroyer force there. Causing us to turn and depart. And you guys, really? You're launching torpedoes at destroyers? Honestly. Honestly. Okay. We're keeping the pressure up on the Conte di Cavour. Or just Cavour, there's no O at the end. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep them on. We hit the magazine of one of the destroyers and she goes boom. Was that with a 14-inch shell by any chance? No, just a 6-inch shell. Yeah, from the Asturias. So one of our secondaries. Hit the destroyer. That's all she wrote, really. Meanwhile, we're peppering these light cruisers with our 6-inch shells, which is going to get the job done eventually. While we continue to attempt to harass and shepherd their battle cruiser. Once we kind of get ahead, I will cut in and we'll use whatever torpedoes we've got left. We don't seem to be receiving fire from him, although he's got 2 turrets back in action, or 1 turret back in action for a total of 2. Well, we don't have huge amounts of speed. This is a reasonable turn for us, so 2 6-inch hits on the battlecruiser, a 6-inch hit on a destroyer, but we did take 7 medium. I wonder if that's 12-inch shells on our Rioja hitting the turret, which is probably left you in a fairly poor condition. No, it's still working apparently. Okay, good job turret armor. Maybe it was only your 6-inch in. Okay, let's continue. We're kind of getting there. If we can see if we can run north. We turn towards. That's an interesting choice, my friend. How is our torpedo side looking? So you have got... Oh, you're fully reloaded. Is everybody fully reloaded? Not quite. Rioja and Logorno. Which side have you got available? You've got your starboard side, which is the one facing the battle cruiser. Excellent. Okay. Let's go for 1 more minute, and then I think we're going to say, have at them, boys. Meanwhile, you're going to continue to close in. Smell blood in the water. Okay, there's 1 launch there. 2nd launch there. These look like single torpedoes. Why are these single torpedoes? Where are my lovely triple spreads? Oh, these ones are terrible launches. As she turns. Okay. This attack did not go well. Although, what do I know? Oh, come on! What? It's... Okay. Let's not get you killed. I'm shocked and appalled and horrified, and we get hit there on Logorno. We are still peppering her with 6-inch shells, but we're not going to be doing too much to her. We need to do more damage. Oh, we needed another one of those torpedoes to hit. Oh! A shot of dreams there from, I think, the Harrow. Go on. Yes. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. Okay, 2 torpedoes into her now. Is that 3 turrets out of action? That looks very much like 3 turrets out of action. Let's stay around, see if we can't pepper her. You guys continue to advance. Is that one of mine? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Then cut over now. Good hits there. Again, it's just 6 inches. We're just trying to convince her to sink, really. Now, she will still have a lot of secondaries available to her. But we are bringing in the big guns now. We've got another near miss there. We are living dangerously. 6-inch hit on our... No, it's not our light cruiser. It's all hits on them. Lots more hits on the battle cruiser. A near miss on the Logorno. But that's okay. I don't think there's much fight left in this gal. An actual hit there on Logorno. Does any of you have any torpedoes left? The Harrow has one, presumably on, so it's on the starboard side. That makes sense why you haven't done anything with it. Beautiful number of hits there on Logorno, and yeah, we're starting to get a bit of damage. So we are just going to try and sail off into sunset. We're going to bring in the battlecruiser, and we've got some destroyers if we want to hit her with more torpedoes, because I think she ain't outrunning us now. And we're just peppering her as we make good our escape. And let's try and bring in the big guns. There's a 14-inch hit there. There's 2 more 14-inch hits there. Don't think any with that salvo. Oh, and she's still fine, still firing. Another 14-inch hit. Another 14-inch hit. Okay, and she's dead in the water. Excellent. Lock her up. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Right, are you still buzzing around? You are. Well, let's see if we can add a light cruiser to the mix as well. Let's do a quick scan of damage, flooding. Generally fine. Flooding of 1 is infinitely manageable. Well, actually, by its very definition, it's not infinitely manageable, but it's manageable. Okay, and again, we'll head north and come back around, please. Leave the Conti de Cavour to her fate. Alright, I think we'll just run for now. Good. Burning through our ammo, but I think putting it to good use. Who or what are you? You look like a dead destroyer, but let's not go too near because bad things can still happen. Oh, you're not a dead destroyer. Interesting. I don't know why these light cruisers don't run for their lives. It may be because the battle cruiser hasn't technically sunk yet. Let's go squad max, see if we can't chase this ship down. I would so dearly love to add to my tally, and yeah, we can come down, keep launching whatever shells we've got left at our light cruiser. Sure, a few 14-inch shells would fairly ruin its day. I think you're going to outpace us. Despite running away and being on fire. 30 knots. Must be a fairly new light cruiser then. He says hopefully the Italians just don't mass outpace me. Yeah, 30 knots. 10 5-inch guns. Okie dokie. We'll keep up for a little bit. Keep buzzing around here. We just hit the light cruiser with a 14-inch shell. That's gotta hurt. Surely you can't take too many of those. Ah, there we go. Okay, you're launching torpedoes and all sorts of craziness. That's fine. Alright, I'm going to give up on that one. I think she's gone. Bring you guys home. Alright, I'm going to continue to chase around this light cruiser. I don't think you particularly need me to watch that. Oh, no, I'm not. Night has fallen. Okay, in that case, I'm going to go home. And I will see you gentlemen in the port. So there we have it. One sunken battlecruiser and a couple of destroyers. Didn't get any light cruise in the end, but that's okay. A pretty darn good day at the office and a great start of the war. Not the introduction to naval aerial warfare that we perhaps thought it would be, but I'm happy with that nonetheless. Great, 4,000 victory points to get us kicked off. A couple of prestige, stick in the back pocket. I'll finish some construction. And our convets are ready, beautiful. Weight saving, British torpedo bomber, that's fine. And trade. How are we doing for subs? I didn't really check how many subs they have. Apparently they have 16. That's not going to have much impact at all. Our ally Japan sends a message: you're not ready to join a war against Italy. What should we answer? We will give them as much time as they want. I don't really care. Don't need you. I'd rather keep the lines for other times. And our destroyer's ready. Let's go to the build screen. Maybe we won't lose quite so many destroyers as I fear. But let's try. Can we build 12 of them? What's that? 5 million a month? We are pretty negative right now. I'm not sure we can get away with that. 2.5 million a month. I think we can stomach that. So let's just get 6 of those out. Yeah. Yeah, nothing's really going to change for the next year and a half. Means we might not be able to afford these, but I'll probably just halt construction of some of these foreign station corvettes if we need to. We do, however, have all you lovely people finished. Let's throw you on to trade protection. Beautiful. And then we can take everyone else who is on trade protection off it. Excellent. Although, I mean, you may as well put these two onto trade protection, but honestly, it's fine. And you were the minesweepers. You weren't the ASW, so I remembered that incorrectly. Oh no, half and half. Half and half. Yes, perfect. We'll probably want to move you around, although I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact because I don't think they have that many subs. But the right thing is we have enough trade protection that we can focus our naval assets, or our main naval assets, that is, onto offensive duties. Okay, beautiful. Right, I'm going to call things to a close there. I think that's a surprising war after the war never happened. I think we're in a pretty good place. It would have been, actually, a little bit more time would have been nice, but hey ho, you can't get what you want. And once all these are rocked out, irrespective of what state the war's in, hopefully it's long done by that point, we're going to roll ourselves into some new dreadnoughts because boy do we need them. Alright, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheerio.